So good afternoon, everyone. You're very welcome to the Hamilton Park. This is the HARP F1 club. With me here is my brother and friend Arnold Bijirwa.
Yes,
Arnold is going to be a panelist today, and with myself. My name is David Mukanga. Dr. Mukanga is my name, and we're starting this F1 club here at the HARP for a variety of reasons. One is to create a space where Formula 1 fans can come and have a good time watching the sport together. Arnold can share with us, from your perspective, how do you think this club could be of value to Formula 1 fans in the country?
Yeah, good afternoon, viewers out there. Once again, Dr. Mukanga, I would wish to thank you for the opportunity for us Formula 1 fans to have a place to call home, where we shall be watching, or if you have been watching from your laptop, from your phone, this is a place that you can call home and come and watch. Let it be practice, let it be qualifying, and the race itself. You will have your fellow Formula 1 fans right here at home. And the main, what I would call the main incentive in us coming together is, as a group, the potential is a lot to make it happen, go for a race. And I was sharing with Dr. Mukanga that of the races we have, the beginning of the year, the 2 races, and the end of the year, the 2 races, those appear to be some of, I wouldn't want to call it cheap, but a bit affordable. That if you came in as a group and we are numbers, maybe about 10, we have better negotiation powers to get very good tickets, very good accommodation, and as a fan, enjoy a live show rather than watching from a TV or from a laptop.
Arnold, I like that very much. This idea of 10, 15, 20
yes.
Formula 1 fans, maybe 50, coming 50. Together and going to Bahrain or Abu Dhabi or you know, Saudi, or Saudi, watching a race together.
I look up for.
Yeah. So please, we invite you to come and join us in the subsequent shows. We'll be here every hour before the race, talking about our experiences as Formula 1 fans, the races that we are watching, and the ones that are coming up, and what our expectations are, and sharing with one another how we think the races will go and how we can build our club together.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So Arnold, how have you found the season so far?
So far.
By the way, can you tell our fans which team do you support? Do you want to disclose those secrets?
No, it's okay. I'm a Mercedes fan.
Okay.
Without a doubt. I have been or will always be. Today, tomorrow, even my sons, by all means, they have to be Mercedes fans.
Okay.
Because it is something that they love. But however, in my time as a fan of Formula 1, I've come to appreciate the different teams that are in Formula 1. Be it Ferrari, be it Red Bull, I would call them young boys. They are just new to the winning game. This is not something that they're used to. But as a Mercedes fan, the season has not
Marco will not like to hear that. And Christian Horner. But go ahead.
As a Mercedes fan, I would humbly say the season has not really started on a good note. We've had some glitches. We've been lucky, we haven't had a DNF. But the performances have not really been up to it. But as we speak, today being our 10th race of the season, we are not fairly doing bad. And if we can keep with the performance, if the cars can get to the level we aim to be, I am 100% sure we shall score very good marks, or even contend for the championship.
Good.
Very optimistic.
No, I agree with you. It's been an interesting season. Of course, teams like Ferrari have been going through a lot of pain over the last almost decade.
Ferrari
it's good to see. It's good to see them back. They bring some spark into the races. They bring some uncertainty. It is good to go watch races when you don't know who's going to come out at the top. So they flavor up the sport. And of course, Red Bull is doing quite well. Their driver won last season, so they've sort of maintained. But for me, it looks like although they are the two teams at the front, they've had a couple of DNFs. Their engines, the performance is great, but the reliability
of their
engines, you know, at the start, at least at the start, has been the Mercedes teams. On the contrary,
has actually been a bit reliable.
The engines have been, but the performance is a bit questionable. I think they haven't tuned that engine to the level of the Ferrari and Red Bull.
Yes.
So it will be an interesting season.
I have a quick question I wanted to ask. Is it possible to bring an engine of the season that you've ended to the new one?
I don't think so, because the specs have changed. The rules, you know, the rules changed going into this season.
Yeah. But I was wondering how one manufacturer, the contender like Mercedes, can perform so well for 6 years consecutively and have 1 year of a challenge to bring out the best car, which is something they've been doing.
Yes, it's because F1, you know, every so often they come up with new rules in terms of the restrictions, how you set up your engine, etc. For example, the previous period when Mercedes was dominating, they introduced, I believe it was around 2013, this harvesting of energy and the hybrid engine, and Mercedes was able to produce a very good and reliable hybrid engine while the others struggled. So the rules have changed and they have to adapt. They have to adapt, they have to learn and adapt and produce an engine that can compete with Ferrari and Red Bull and others.
Talking about engines, I think Ferrari has a very good engine, but the engineers probably haven't gotten to the twists of it to make it perform to the expectations. If they could do an entire race, like they have actually, I think Ferrari has had more DNF than any other company in the race right now.
And the support teams, I mean, Alfa Romeo have also had DNFs.
Had the same.
Haas, etc.
The challenge is with the engine itself. They came as contenders for the championship. Right now, I think Mercedes can actually come in and be a 3-horse race. I would really be hopeful that Mercedes is not well good.
Of course, you have declared your position as a Mercedes fan. We all are sympathetic to our brother Hamilton, and you know, perhaps that leads us into a nice segue into the discussion about today's race and circuit.
Yes, please.
So it's Hamilton's home race. He's dominated it over the last couple of years. I think over the last 6 years or so, he's probably lost only one.
I think where 2013 he's lost 2.
Where do you place him today? How high do you think he will be?
Hamilton has a podium finish.
You think he'll be on the podium?
This race, I think he has a podium finish. Just not certain which position.
Okay.
But I think he has a podium.
You're giving him a podium. Okay.
Yeah,
fair enough. I think being a home race and the upgrades that they brought, I think so. I may even give him a P2. You know, I could give him a P2. I think podium is safe, but he could challenge for a P2 for this race. Of course, the Ferrari is very strong. The Red Bull is very strong. Of course, the uncertainty for today is if it rains. There was some prediction of rains. If there are rains at the beginning or somewhere in the race, that throws in some uncertainty and anxiety into the race.
And if you look at it, I don't know if that can be a pointer, but Hamilton has had better grounds when it rains at Silverstone. I don't know if it's the kind of tires he's been having as Mercedes, but most times it has rained, he has won. Yesterday during practice, qualifier, it rained. Okay, it pulled something, okay, but I believe if it rains today as well, he's still going to finish in a podium.
No, certainly there are drivers who are, I think, what we would call the natural talent. Alonso, Hamilton, but Max has also been doing very well in the rains. He's one of those, born with really good talent who can take on every kind of weather and adapt to different circumstances.
Yesterday he gave us a starter. He spinned the 360 and still took the lead. Anyone else would have lost it.
And of course the Silverstone it's a long history. It's celebrating 70 years today. The first race there the first race there was 1948 is when the circuit was established. It used to be an air. 1948 is when the first race under what they call the British Grand Prix. But then as a global F1 championship, I think the first race was 52. So today is 70 years of that circuit offering Formula 1 races there. So it's a long history, and it would be nice to celebrate 70 years. You know, you have at least, you know, there are three good British drivers. Lando, you have George, you have Lewis. So, you know, if one of those takes it, I think it will give to the British something to celebrate. It will be bright, you know. But you know, Max and Charles, you know, will be bringing. They have rabbits out of the hat. So
Silverstone. If we talk about it at length, it has 52 laps.
Yeah.
How many pit stops do you expect in this race?
Well, generally at the F1, the Silverstone, most of the races have normally been two pit stops. But you can pull off one pit stop. You can see potentially somebody doing the medium, you know, up to, you know, maybe 20 laps or so, and then pushing with a hard tire. The hard tire up to the end, 30 something up to the end. There are 52 laps. The disadvantage is that, you know, that hard tire will begin to wear off and you begin to lose a lot of time. So somebody who will make another pit stop and take on a, you know, another medium or even a soft tire will catch you and find you as a lame duck, as we saw unfortunately at Abu Dhabi at the end of last season, with Hamilton sitting there with tires that can't do much, have no grip and so on. Yeah, so I think the two pits, ideally if it is dry, that will be, I think, the strategy to win this race. You can see somebody doing one, but I don't see somebody winning unless it rains. Unless it rains and so on, you know, one pit stop may be tricky.
Does Silverstone have history of safety car red flags?
Interestingly, yes. I mean, it's a fast circuit. It's a fast circuit. It's easy to overtake. The corners are fast, which you don't expect a lot of accidents because, you know, it's safe to overtake and so on. But there have been a number of red flags. The last couple of races, I think from 2017, almost every one of those there have been a red flag.
Would we anticipate one today?
Based on history, I think so. Expect a red flag, and that has impact on strategy. when do you go in to change your tires? You may have just changed, and there's a free pit stop because of a red flag. You know, so all those teams have to take into account all those dynamics. Yeah.
I think anyway. First, talk about pit stops. Mercedes, with what happened to them last year during the end finale, they have probably learned better in how and when they should change their tires. Not to rely on the leadership of the race and forget that anything can happen and they lose track of it. Yeah.
But to be fair to Mercedes, they are very good at strategy. They are very good at strategy.
They have been good.
Part of the problem at the last race last year was the race director broke the rules. So they expected the safety car to go another lap, by which time there will be very little time left for Max to overtake. Yeah, and then the guy just stopped the safety car, which was out of the rules, and so that caught them off guard. But they're generally good with strategy. They are pretty good with strategy.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
So, according to you, give me your prediction of the race. Whom do you see winning the race?
Well, of course,
judging that Carlos is on pole.
Carlos Sainz is on pole. I think that this is his first pole, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't think he has the nerves to stand Max and the first 1, 2, 3 corners.
We have had Sergio Perez take a pole.
My view is that by the end of the first lap, somebody else will be leading that race. It will not be Carlos. You know. Yeah. But in terms of the win, I would love for Hamilton to win, but I think Max will take this race. I think Max will take this race. It was between Max and Charles.
Max and Charles.
Max and Charles. Charles has a new engine, by the way.
Charles has
a new engine.
DNF. I think he's on podium most of the day.
So the win is between Max and Charles, I think. But hopefully Hamilton will get at least a P3 or maybe P2. We don't know.
I shared with you earlier on and said any podium finish for Hamilton is a win. Because the guy has not been performing well. The finishes in the last 9 races have not been, apart from the recent where he finished podium 3. Even you could see the excitement and the celebration of P3 was something not expect. There was excitement and motivation for him. So we expect him to do better with this race, meaning that it is even his home race. It is a home that he's been winning races for. So expect better performance. And Lando is also not very far.
Lando is doing well. I mean, he did very well in the qualifying. So Lando will be motivated. This is his home ground as well to do well. So will George. So the British are well represented. To have three very strong drivers in the top 10, I think is very good. And my hope is that it doesn't rain, so that we have a nice race, which is not determined by people following a safety car for 30 laps. That's not a race. We don't want to see a race where people are following a safety car or even finish the race in the pit lane. in the pit lane. But it could rain. So no, we wish the fans a good race today. And hope that more of you come and join us at the HARP for races in the future, where we can have an opportunity for the fans to share with us their perspectives on, what they think about the circuit, who's going to win, and so on, what the trajectory looks like for the remaining races of the year. We still have how many? 13? How many?
We still have 13 to go.
Or so races to go.
The other question would be, today being our 10th race, Max is on top. The table. With 13 races remaining, do you see that table turning around?
It can. I mean, if Ferrari are strong. They are strong, and Charles is very competitive. I think he's in and around there. The DNFs have let him down. But also, if Mercedes are able to sort their problems out and put forward a very competitive package for their drivers, they are very good drivers, And who knows, if our friends at Red Bull get a couple of DNFs here and there, things can turn. I mean, 12 races, 13 races is a lot of points. I think at the moment, Max is 175. Hamilton is he's leading by about 100 points. It's a huge gap, but there's still time.
But
there's still time. There's still time.
Now I would wish that on our next, I would want to call this a podcast. We have probably a Ferrari fan, and a Red Bull fan. Because then we'll have more debate on their teams and how best they expect to perform.
So we'll invite them. Let's invite and appeal to the fans for the other teams. Ferrari, please join us and let's have a lively discussion here before the Austrian race next Sunday.
Next Sunday it's on 13th.
Next Sunday will be 10th. Next Sunday is 10th. Next Sunday is 10th. On 10th of July we will have the Austrian race. And that's the home of Red Bull. So that's the home of Red Bull. So let's have a Ferrari fan, a Red Bull fan as well.
With us and debate and speculate on how the race is going to be for Australia. Otherwise, thank you once again for the opportunity. We call upon Formula 1 fans. This is a home that you should call home for Formula 1. We have a group, the HARP F1 Club. And if you're not on it, probably if you join here, you'll either find me or you'll find Dr. Mukanga. I'm Arnold. I always watch races here every Sunday. I call upon all of you to show up. Those staying in Nigeria, those staying in Chira, Chaliwajara, Chireka, make this our home and watch and enjoy.
And the fans may be asking, how do they get to the HARP? So the HARP is located in Kira, on the northern side of Kampala, just after Chaliwajala, between Chaliwajala and Chira. You can find us here. If you go onto Google Maps, you will get our location and join us here. We're always here every Sunday for the races, and look forward to seeing you next Sunday. So Arnold, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
This inaugural broadcast, and we look forward to many more, to a wonderful 2022 season of F1.